guys, here we go. Welcome back. Let's talk about art. We're fortunate here in the wonderful location of Park City to have art everywhere. It is a priority for us in our community, and people come from all over the world. Of course, we've just recently had the Kimball Arts Fest. This morning we're going to talk about the Prothro Gallery and Thomas Arvid, who is here with Tracy Prothro, and we are going to look at some fantastic art that may fool your eyes. Good morning, y'all. How are you?
Good morning.
Thomas, nice to see you.
Good to be
Welcome
here.
from Atlanta. Tracy, so nice to meet you. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Good. Happy summer, you guys. Still a little bit more left.
Well, you guys are definitely into the cooler weather already.
The evenings are already cool, so. Thomas, welcome to the program, if you would, since we're going to talk about this and these beautiful pieces of art. If you would, one of the things I'm always fascinated by is the behind the music story, as it were. We all do art, we have art classes as kids, but it doesn't take with everybody. I'm curious, were you always creating?
Ever since I was very young, I was always that kid in school that was always drawing and trying to create something. I was just drawn to creating something, and it just took me a while to kind of figure out when I was very young in high school, and once I got out of high school, just to figure out that I could actually make a living doing it. It's not something that people want to go out and just say, like your parents and friends want to say, oh, you should quit your job and start painting. Everybody thinks it's a starving artist kind of thing going on out there. People actually are constantly looking for artwork for their homes. So I think that right now we're kind of going through a glut where there's not enough artists creating good art.
It's true, and of course, like I say, the Kimball Arts Festival, which takes over Main Street for an entire weekend, sometimes it kind of makes me think, wow, there is so much art in the world. But I think more to your point, it's kind of like music. Just because somebody picked up a guitar doesn't necessarily mean that you want to listen to them. You may have to because they're friends and family, but when it comes to the choices you make, and of course the art that you purchase for your home, that's a very individual journey. Talk a little bit about your progression through media and different platforms to express your visual art.
So early on, when I was as just a young artist, I quickly realized that successful artists had a niche. They kind of had something that they clung on to and focused on. For me, I didn't have anything like that. I started, what drew me into painting wine as a subject matter was just the color red. I did a series of paintings. It was Converse high-top tennis shoes, Radio Flyer wagons, Coke cans, and red wine was just one of those things. But every time I did a wine painting, it would sell off my easel. So I started focusing more on it, and I found out that nobody was focusing on wine, and that was 22 years ago.
That's
and
crazy.
so now I've been painting wine as a subject matter for 22 years, 23 years almost now.
Wow.
And it's just been super successful. I have galleries all over the country that carry my artwork, and it's great to be back here in Park City. I've been here in Park City, and now I'm back with Prothro Gallery, which has just been fabulous to me. It's been really good.
It's fantastic. And of course, you've been painting wine over a period of a couple of decades where the world of wine in America has been revolutionized. People are so much more familiar with, comfortable with, informed about wine than, right? I mean, I remember when I was a kid and it was a different deal.
Yeah, when I first started painting wine, it was something, I don't want to say it's taboo, but people didn't just come out and say, oh yeah, I'm a big wine drinker. I really enjoy drinking wine. But and when I went about how I focused on wine as in my paintings was not so much about the wine, but just the consumption of it. Kind of like when you see my paintings, it's like the corkscrews with just like you so excitedly open up a bottle of wine
that moment
that the cork is still on the corkscrew. You set it down and you're pouring the glasses for your friends so that you could enjoy conversation. And that's what I really try to capture in my paintings, just that moment in sharing and enjoying conversation. So there's these little vignettes of just capturing intimate times, and you can kind of see it in the pieces. Just the little details that I'd like to put in it. The foil on the capsule when it comes off, and you just set it to the side.
And there's something relatable about that, the tactile aspect of. We've all done that. We've taken the foil off of the champagne to pop it.
And going back to what you were saying about how the wine industry has changed, we've become so familiar with it. It's almost taking the fine wine and making it more comfortable. We all deserve to be around the finer things in life.
Absolutely.
And I can take like something that's very fancy, a very expensive bottle of wine, and make it look like that we just kind of haphazardly enjoyed it. And it could be in the future that we're going to see, through art historians looking back at my paintings and saying, he did capture how we enjoy the finer things in life in a very casual way, not make it too pretentious.
Yes, absolutely, in a personal moment. Tracy, how are you?
I am great, thank you.
So nice to see you. A pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
How are things at the Prothro Gallery?
Well, they've really picked up since Thomas has been inside. We put him right there in the front window, and I have to tell you, we have people that just stand outside the window to watch him paint. And then inside, our sales associates are so enamored with him that I'm like, okay, there's people in here. They just like to, it's like hypnotic to
Absolutely,
watch him.
absolutely.
Yeah, he is.
I can't remember the guy's name that was on TV with the afro, but I do remember being a little
Bob
kid.
Ross.
Bob Ross. Bob Ross.
Yeah.
I can't believe I couldn't remember those,
So-
those 7 letters. What was that Bob guy's name? But there is a calming effect to it, and I can imagine I'm going to have to stop by and get some of that tranquility myself. Serenity now.
Please.
Oh no, we have a great time in there, and and then we do get to close and have a glass of wine together with guests that are invited to come in.
That's
and
fantastic.
So
Talk a
we
little
love
bit
that.
about your decision-making process. Million artists that would love to be in your space in an incredible town like Park City on Main Street. You have a lot of choices. Talk about this art and how you go through that process.
Well, and that's very interesting because when my husband and I decided to open a gallery, we were very excited, and I said, unless Thomas Arvid comes to this gallery, I'm kind of good, I'm trying to learn to play golf. I'm not very good at it, but let's see what Tom says. And so we contacted Arvid Studios, and we had worked together previously, and I just love this guy, and we all do, and mutual friends. And so I said, I just want to bring him back to Park City. He just brings this place, he makes it alive, and people come to see him. So he agreed to come on board, and it was the best day ever. And he's probably our only real traditional artist in the gallery because we're very eclectic and contemporary and small. We kind of wanted to be more of a boutique gallery. So that's what we are, and he's our star, and we love it.
And the bottom line is, even though we enjoy, appreciate, and consume art for personal reasons, for emotional reasons, the fact of the matter is that you guys are in a business. You have to make a living, and you've certainly got to offer to the customer, the client, art
Correct.
that connects with them. And I feel it myself.
No, we love having him.
Now, are you guys doing a special reception or anything like that coming up while Thomas is in town?
We are. So Thomas does come into the gallery, and we love that because he does sit in the front window.
It's a really cool thing.
Yeah, and it's just great to see everyone kind of crowd around the window to watch him paint. And he's relaxed, he's in his element, he's singing, and we like that too. So then, so he'll be there every day until Sunday, so Friday and Saturday, and then his luau, we have a luau, and you do have to be on the you have to RSVP to be on the guest list to come into the event, which is very easy. Just call the gallery or send an email to hello@prothrogallery.com.
Hello@prothrogallery.com.
Yeah.
Like that.
And you can come join us, but yeah, there'll be live music, live painting. That's Saturday from 5 until 9 p.m.
Fantastic. So nice to meet you guys. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming in.
Wonderful being here.
Yeah, this is really cool, really beautiful stuff. I always love the aesthetic of subject matter and things that are far from our lives that are neat to look at, but this feels very personal and feels very relatable in a way that my life of enjoying wine and being fortunate to have that journey and that experience is really captured. I remember when I had one of those openers and all the different types of openers. So it's just great stuff. Thomas, would you like to give a web address as well? Maybe it already went across on the lower third, but
prothrogallery.com.
fantastic. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you for having us.
I look forward to seeing you this weekend.
Thank you.
Safe travels, my friend.
Thank you. Have a great day, and come on down, watch me paint. Watch me, come hang out for a while.
Excellent. Great to see you guys.
Thank you.
We're going to go on the one shot because I'm going to point my finger at you. I'll do the Bill Clinton and say, buy art, buy wine. Drink art, consume wine. We'll be right back.